So I hope you can see the video. The lighting here is not great, so we're going to do our best. So we're discussing the concept of Kavod Shabbat, and we did the Gemara that talked about the two angels visit you on Friday night to help you, and kind of bless you and say that it should happen again in the future. So we're now doing the source of Mishnah Torah Hilchot Shabbat, Perek Lamed, Halacha Bet. Okay. Now the topic is, what is Kavod Shabbat? When we say that a person should have Kavod Shabbat, what does that mean? So take out your workbook, your source book, and follow along. Ezo Kavod. What does it mean to have Kavod Shabbat? Practically, what does that mean? Zesh Amru Chachamim. That's the Chachamim, the sages say, which refers to the rabbis in the Gemara. Shemitzvah al Adam lerchotz panav yadav viraglav. That a person should watch panav, their face, yadav, their hands, and raglav, their feet. So before Shabbat, a person should wash their hands, feet, and face. Bechamin, in hot water, like cham is hot water. Be'erev Shabbat, on Erev Shabbat, so you should wash yourself on Erev Shabbat. You can't take a shower on Wednesday and say that's for Shabbat, because in 3 days, you'll get dirty. Mibnei kavod haShabbat, for the purpose of kavod Shabbat. So far what the Rambam is saying in the Mishnah Torah is that you have to wash your hand, feet, and face with hot water, because hot water washes better than cold water. What's interesting is back in those days, they wouldn't bathe themselves, their entire body, every week. That was seen as more of a luxury, because your hands, your feet, and the face, your hands, feet, and face, they get the most dirty, because you're walking on dirt, you're wearing sandals, your hands are always busy, your face gets dirty. So those had to be washed very well every single week. Umitatef b'tzitzit, and you should put on tzitzit. Mitatef means like to wrap yourself, but some interpret this as meaning just put on like nice clothes. V'yoshev b'koved rosh, and you should sit with a certain seriousness. Koved rosh is like literally means a heavy head, but it doesn't mean a heavy head, because some people have light heads or small heads, right? So it means with seriousness, like you should be ready to welcome in Shabbat. Mecha lak ba'alat pnei Shabbat, to welcome in Shabbat. The Kemoshu yotze likrat hamelach, as if you were welcoming in a king. If you had a king or a queen coming to your home, right, you'd be ready and serious. You wouldn't be like in a hectic mood. Things wouldn't be chaotic. You'd be ready for Shabbat. Be ready for that visitor. So if a prince or if Meghan Markle was coming to your home, right? So the house would be ready a day in advance, and you would be ready 4 hours in advance. You wouldn't just be like rushing at the last second. Oh no, she'll be here in 2 minutes, right? You'd be ready. And we should treat Shabbat as an honored guest, as if a king or queen is coming to our home, and we should act accordingly. V'chachamim rishonim, and the earlier chachamim, they gathered their students, Erev Shabbat and Erev Shabbat, and they kind of wrap themselves in a talit and more nice clothes. Ve'omrim, and they would say, Ba'u, let's go out. Ba'u v'nei say, let's go out. Nikrat Shabbat, to call Shabbat, to welcome Shabbat. HaMelech, the Melech. Now what's interesting here, it says Melech, often Shabbat's referred to as a Malkah. Typically Shabbat's in the feminine, because Shabbat is feminine. The word is feminine. But here, just for the imagery that you're going to see a king, that's why he's saying Shabbat HaMelech, just that you should look at it as if Shabbat is a king. All right, source number 2. Okay. Source number 2, the next halacha in the Rambam. Kavod Shabbat, and some of the aspects of Kavod Shabbat, sheyilbash kesut nikia. You should wear, kesut means clothes, okay? Kesut equals clothing. You should wear clean clothing, okay? It shouldn't be like, I've worn it for 4 days, haven't washed it, but, it's not so bad. No, it should be really clean. So clean for Shabbat. Your clothes should be different. It shouldn't be that the clothing you wear during the week, chol means during the week, like you wear on Shabbat. You should have clothes set aside for Shabbat, even if let's say you're someone who wears nice clothes every day. You're working on Wall Street, so you have to wear a suit every day. or you work in some fancy place where you always have to dress nice, right? Even so, you should have a special suit for Shabbat, a special dress for Shabbat. Something should be set aside for Shabbat, even if you dress nice every day. Now, what if you can't afford that, right? So then the Rambam says, Vim ein lo, and if you can't afford to have something nice every day. Le'achlif, you should change it up in some way. Mishalshal talito, you should change the clothing or adjust it. So let's say maybe for a man a different tie, for a woman different shoes. Something about the outfit should be different and just for Shabbat. Even if you can't afford a whole new Shabbat wardrobe, some aspects should be different, so it feels different. So you feel like it's different. The Ezra TK and Ezra from Ezra and Nehemiah, who helped bring in the second Beit Mikdash, he was TK and he made a takana, he made a decree that the nations should wash themselves. Bechamishi b'pnei kabod Shabbat. He had a minhag, kind of said it, made a takana that everyone should wash themselves fully on Thursday, so give themselves a full day in advance, so they weren't rushing because of kabod Shabbat. That would normally have that takana anymore because nowadays everyone just takes a bath on Friday. I hope so. I hope all of you are taking showers before Shabbat every week. All right, so in the bottom, make sure, of course, to subscribe below. And in order to tell me two things, so I know that you listened. Tell me what the word mit'atef means, like we saw a few times, mit'atef, and tell me which member of the British royal family did I mention in this video. Okay, you are complete, and then soon we'll switch. Bye.